What's going on, guys? This is Greg back with the Super 6. Man, I wanted to get out today and shoot a quick little video. Not on the Super 6, but actually on this little beauty right here. This is a 2018 Chevy Camaro, and it's always in my driveway because my daughter uses this car to drive back and forth to school and to work. So it belongs to a real close friend of hers. So it's always in the driveway, so why not do a video considering this Camaro is part of the muscle car family, so why not? But check this out. I actually happen to have this Muscle Machines magazine. Since I've been in the cars, I've been buying these magazines, and this is actually from 2017. I've had this one a while, and it featured 50-year anniversary on the Camaro, ironically. And inside has some cool looking pictures from the first gen Camaro all the way up until the 6th gen, which is what you see now. But this model that first came out in '68, I think Chevy actually paid the most homage to that car with the 5th and 6th gen body style. It's shorter. Some of the other Camaros in between this generation and the first one that came out were longer. So they really did a great job of paying homage to the '68 Camaro. Now this one here is the one I actually remember growing up as a kid seeing in my neighborhood, because there was a guy in my neighborhood had a green Z28, man, and I just loved the Camaro. So I've always been partial to the Camaro. And then the kind that came out in the 80s. Now this is the one here, the IROC Z, came out when I was in high school, actually. That tells you how old I am. But the IROC Z, man, I actually fell in love with the Camaro. I wanted one of these so bad. They didn't put out all that much power, but they were so cool looking. There was another friend of mine that had access to one, and we actually took it one day for a ride. This was back in the late 80s. And man, I was just in love with the Camaro here. And by the time they came out with the 4th gen, they changed the body style. They added a little bit more horsepower. The aerodynamics was better on this model here. And then by the time the 5th gen came out, I remember seeing this model here in the movie Transformers when they made the new Bumblebee out of this one. So this is actually when they changed that design. They went back to the original homage to the '68 Camaro, which I thought was a really good idea. And these are the ones that you see today with the SS's, the RS, and the ZL ones. Just a beautiful looking car. So I think Chevy just did a great job on those. But looking at this car, I mean, I just love the Camaro. I really do. And it has some great lines on it. Look at the bulge in the hood. I thought they did a great job. This particular one here, this is the V6 version. It's a lower level trim. And for it to be a lower level trim, Camaro, man, it looks actually awesome. They sit very low. The black on black, you just can't go wrong with. If I was to have a Camaro, black on black, man, black wheels, black paint, exterior paint, and it just looks really aggressive looking car. On the front, I think this one actually has the blackout package, and the bow tie on the front is blacked out, which I think is great. I don't really care much for that yellow bow tie in the front, but the face of it looks menacing and aggressive. I mean, I've always loved the Camaro, but you know, having a family, man, Camaro was just out of the question. Just a great looking car, man. And I actually washed it yesterday. We finally got a break in some rain from this weekend, and thought I would wash it, you know, before I did the video on it. But I actually love it, man. I think these cars are really sporty. Coming around the back, like I said, they sit really low. I don't think really, man, you know, you really need to do a whole lot of appearance mods, because right off the lot, the basic package for this particular model here looks very sporty. The only thing I would probably add to it is a spoiler and maybe tint the windows, but Other than that, right out of the gate, man, you get a menacing, sporty ride. And of course, two-door, you can't go wrong with it. So I love this. I love this car. These are, like I said, this is a trim level I think was under the RS, because I don't think this one is the RS. I think it's just the base model. The RS I think had some more options on it than the base model. I think that was the only difference, because I think the RS is also a V6, and when you go up to the SS, that's when you step up to the V8. But factory brakes on there, you don't get the big brakes on this model. When they changed the design on it, they actually changed the rear end, the rear lights. They used to be actually square or rectangular. They changed those to look more aggressive and menacing. Bell, I call them bell exhaust tips. You know, when the exhaust tips flare out on the end. I love that. They actually give it a little bit of a better sound too. Blacked out bow tie here, and just coming around the back. I love this bulge right here on the shoulder of it. I mean, just an awesome design, man. I think Camaro, Chevy just did an awesome job on the design of this car. Some guys I've heard have negative comments about the window being very small there, but it really makes the car look, because the car sits so low, they didn't have a whole lot of room for a lot of window there. So I think it actually worked out really good. Has a shark fin antenna on it. Pretty cool. So I think really, man, the only thing left to do is go for a little ride in it and see, you know, look on the inside and then see how it drives and how it sounds. So, you know, let's do that. All right, so we're inside. I've just got inside of the driver's seat, and first thing I notice is that you do sit very low to the ground. I'm a tall guy, and you know, I actually have to really squat to get in here. But once you get in, I'm sorry, my angle is kind of close there. But once you actually get in, let's see if I can get the lumbar back here a little bit. Lean back. Yeah, but once you get in, it actually sits very low. It's very sporty. Feels like I'm in like the cockpit. You know, it feels racy, like I'm in like a race car. A very different feel than my Charger. Even the Challenger that I actually drove, my buddy Jeff's Challenger that I actually had a chance to drive in my last video. It felt sporty, but this just feels much more sportier than that, because it sits so low and everything just kind of hugs you. So the doors are very long for it to be such a short car. Feels good on the inside. I like it. So we're going to close the door and start the engine too. So it does have push button start. And it sounds really good. Now, I don't know about I'm not familiar with the inside of the Camaro. It does have, you know, a pretty neat looking infotainment system. Of course, there are some videos out on the Camaro, some of the features and how everything works, but you do get, let's see if I can turn this volume off. But you do get, you know, some nice features on it. This one is not fully loaded, but it does have some nice features on it. You get you know, very nice flat bottom steering wheel. It's thick, leather wrap steering wheel. You get paddle shifters, are standard on the Camaro, even the lowest trim Camaro. This is the 50th anniversary model, so this is really nice. Just like we were just talking about the 50th anniversary. Feels really sporty, man. I can see myself, you know, in one of these. Not much of a back seat. Of course, my daughter has all kinds of stuff in here. Not much of a back seat. The Challenger has much more room in the back, but you can get a small child in the back, you know, comfortably with no problem. But, you know, if you're going to have one of these, then, you know, it's going to be for a person that's not, that doesn't have a family, or it's an extra car just to kind of have for fun. But I actually like it. I like the way I feel in it. You know, everything kind of sits up here at arm's reach. So, hey man, let's take a drive, see how it drives. Also, I wanted to mention that the front windshield is very slanted forward. You know, it doesn't look that way through the camera lens, but it's very, very low and very slanted. Very minimal visibility out of the back window because of how slanted it is. But like you say, when we looked outside of the exterior of it, you know, it's a short car. You know, from the top, it's meant to be very sporty looking. And then I think you have some interior lighting options up here. So very nice. So let's see if we can go for that drive. All right, so I had to get my camera set up here, so hopefully you guys can see me okay. All right. And we're going to turn the actually turn the AC on. Here. So let's get the and this is actually pretty cool, man. This knob, you just kind of turn, see this huge knob here? See if I can show you guys that. You know, you actually turn and adjust the temperature with this big knob here. And then, of course, here's the fan. Hope you guys can see that. Here's the fan button control. You actually turn those knobs around the vent. So that's actually pretty cool. So, all right, so let's go for a little drive. Let's see. Man, let me tell you, this thing sits low. I'm still backing out of the driveway, and this thing sits very low. I'm so used to more visibility out of my Charger than in this thing. I mean, it just feels, I mean, just sporty. Just a sporty feel to it. Like I'm down in like inside of a Formula One car. So here we go. I can tell, like looking out the sides, you know, that visibility there is not limited, but I can definitely tell the windows are smaller. So we're not going to go too crazy because this isn't my car, but I just kind of want to give you guys a little ride here. So we got a little bit of traffic here. So I want to thank my daughter and her friend Carl for allowing me to review this Camaro today. So hopefully I do them justice. So looking out over the steering wheel and the console and the hood, it's almost like I'm down in a go-kart. But a nice feel, man. I love it. You know, very nice feel to it. You know, if you're a car person, I mean, you just like, you know, anything that is, anything that's sporty, anything that's different. That's how I am. I mean, I like all cars. I've also driven the, my buddy has a 2017, I think he has a 2017 or 2018 Stingray Camaro. I mean, not Camaro, Corvette. I've driven that one. And that one, of course, has the V8 engine in it. I should have turned right there. And, of course, that's a whole lot different as far as power. But I can see myself driving one of these. definitely. I can only imagine, you know, having the SS or the ZL1 where you get that menacing roar and power behind feeling like, you know, like you're in a race car. I mean, but it's definitely sporty. If you're in the market for a sporty car to drive, and you know, if you don't want all the V8 power or whatever your reason may be for not getting the V8, this model here is, you know, should do you great, because I can definitely see having one. Let's see how it sounds right here. Sounds pretty good. Man, sounds really, really nice. So since it's so low to the ground, I'm gonna go up here and check out how it handles. There's a really curvy road here, so I'm gonna go down this road and see how it handles. But anything sporty, anything muscle, puts a smile on my face. So I love it. Now, of course, if this was mine, you know, I'd probably end up putting some type of performance mod on it. This is completely stock. I mean, he has done nothing to it. It doesn't even have a cold air intake. So it is completely stock. So we're coming up on a deep curve here, so I'm gonna see how it handles. I am doing about 45. So it's really stiff, sporty, of course, and it responds really good around the curves. I don't have to do much effort as far as to steer it around these curves. Yeah, that was a steep one there. All right, brakes feel pretty good, you know, for normal everyday driving. Sounds really good. I love it. So let me see if I can give you guys a view of what it looks like over the steering wheel here. Hang on a second. Okay. Let's give you guys a little forward-facing view here. Man, I really like the sound of that exhaust. You know, for a base model, man, it actually sounds really, really good. Coming through a school zone here, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. Slow down there a little bit. Last thing I need is a ticket. Yeah, so far, man, I like the feel of it. Of course, if you want the power and this sporty feel, you know, go ahead and go with the SS. Step up to the V8. That must be really cool to have that, you know, with how sporty the Camaro is. But I can definitely see myself having this one. Looks like I'm behind a slowpoke here. We're gonna get around them and then we'll come right back. All right, here's a little view here from over the steering wheel. You got some little bulges here from the driver cluster. Kind of give you a little view here. All right, so we're gonna head back here. Man, that's some nice little pickup. And some nice sound. Of course, these are rear-wheel drive, so you actually get a little bit of a different performance from the rear-wheel drive cars than front-wheel. There's no torque steer or anything like that. You just get pushing from behind, with rear-wheel. So I'm actually enjoying this little drive here. All right, so I'm almost back to the house, and then I'll catch up with you guys when I get back. Okay, so we're almost here to the house. We just got one more little stretch here before I get home. Sounds really good. When I got in, I actually had to move the steering wheel down because you sit so low, so you have to move the steering wheel in the lowest position to really get the best driving feel, I think. So I am very impressed. Very impressed. Some people, like to go through things with a fine-tooth comb. They like to nitpick. I'm not that kind of guy. Anything that's different, anything that's sporty, anything that someone may have that you can actually enjoy, I think is is good. And I guess really the only negative thing that I will have to say is that I know once I get out, I'm going to have to crawl out, but, is how low it sits. But other than that, I love it. I mean, everything about it says sporty. Everything about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull into the driveway, and then we'll come right back. Okay, so we're back. Overall, I love it. I say the only drawback, if you don't like sitting really low, then maybe this might not be for you. But if you like sitting really low, this well, actually for me would take some getting used to, but I actually like it. I've been in my Charger so long till I'm just not used to sitting this low, but I really do like it. But really some nice looking little features, some little interior features. Let me see if I can get my camera out of here. All right, so let's see if we can crawl out of here. So if you can see where my legs are, my leg position. I actually have a lot of leg room here. So when I get out of my Charger, I actually can step sideways or pretty much step down and get out. But getting out here, I know I'm gonna have to look how low my leg is to the well right here. Oh, it has a Bose sound system in it. Look at that. All right, so crawl out of here. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching my review on the 2018 Chevy Camaro. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're in the market for a sports car, that's actually not a bad option. So I was just thinking, man, wouldn't it be cool if Chevy actually came out, Chevy or GM, if you're actually watching this, man, it would be so cool if you guys came out with an IROC. I think they kind of played around with that idea before. But if y'all came out with a line of IROCs, man, that would just be awesome. I might actually buy one. But thank you so much, guys. I hope everybody's staying safe and thawing out up north, man. You guys and all that snow, out in Texas and Virginia and further north. I hope you guys are thawing out finally. But all right, guys, thank you so much for your support, and I'll get at you later. Stay safe.